Almost everything popular culture taught you about Vikings is wrong. The real Norse people were traders, explorers, and lawmakers who reached North America 500 years before Columbus, and the truth is more impressive than the myth. As you delve into the history of the Vikings, you'll discover that the Oseberg ship, excavated in 1904, is a prime example of their advanced maritime technology, with its intricate carvings and robust construction, which allowed them to sail across the Atlantic, reaching places like L'Anse-aux Meadows in present-day Canada around 1000 AD. Can you imagine what it would be like to sail across the open ocean in a ship like the Oseberg, with only the stars and the wind to guide you? In the 8th century, the Frankish Empire, under the rule of Charlemagne, was expanding its territories, and the Vikings were taking advantage of the power vacuum left by the decline of the Roman Empire, with the first recorded Viking raid on the monastery at Lindisfarne in 793 AD. The Viking Age, which lasted from 793 to 1066 AD, was marked by a series of events that would shape the course of European history, including the establishment of the Danelaw in England in 878 AD, where Viking laws and customs were adopted by the local population. As you explore this period, you'll notice that the Vikings were not just raiders, but also skilled traders, who established a network of trade routes that stretched from the Baltic Sea to the Mediterranean, with the Volga trade route being a major artery of commerce. What role do you think the Vikings' trading activities played in the development of medieval Europe? The Vikings' trading activities were facilitated by their advanced maritime technology, which allowed them to build ships like the Nar, a merchant vessel that could carry up to 20 tons of cargo, and the Carvey, a smaller, more agile ship that was ideal for coastal raids. In 860 AD, the Vikings sailed up the Seine River and attacked the city of Paris, which was then a major center of trade and commerce, and in 911 AD, the Viking leader Rollo established the Duchy of Normandy, which would go on to play a significant role in the history of France. The Vikings also established cities across Europe, including Kiev, which was founded in 882 AD by the Varangian prince Oleg, and York, which was founded in 866 AD by the Viking leader Ivar the Boneless. As you examine the Vikings' urban planning, you'll notice that they built cities with advanced infrastructure, including roads, bridges, and canals, such as the one in the city of Hedeby, which was an important center of trade in the 10th century. How did the Vikings' urban planning influence the development of medieval cities in Europe? The Vikings' advanced legal systems, which included the concept of trial by jury, also had a significant impact on the development of European law, with the Icelandic Commonwealth, established in 930 AD, being a prime example of a Viking society with a sophisticated system of governance. The Vikings also had a surprisingly high level of literacy, with the use of runes, an alphabet that consisted of 24 characters, being widespread among the population, and the production of manuscripts, such as the Poetic Edda, which was written in the 13th century, but contains texts that date back to the 10th century. As you consider the Vikings' legacy, you'll realize that their influence can still be seen in the modern world, with the concept of trial by jury being an integral part of many legal systems, and the use of runes being an important part of Norse cultural heritage. What lasting impact do you think the Vikings' literary and legal traditions have had on Western culture? As you reflect on the history of the Vikings, you'll come to understand that their story is one of complexity and nuance, full of surprising discoveries and unexpected twists, and that the popular image of the Viking as a horned helmet-wearing raider is a far cry from the reality of a sophisticated and multifaceted society that made significant contributions to the development of European culture. Can you imagine how different our understanding of history would be if we had a more accurate picture of the Vikings from the start?